Alright, working class beer reviews is looking at Boulevard Brewing Company's Space Camper Hyper Warp Black IPA. So, before we get into it, I see some color through the foam already. Let's pour it. Stab. I have these cool Boulevard glasses. You normally see these in restaurants where they serve Tank 7. I don't know what you call this. It's not like really a tulip glass. It's kind of a chalice, but it says 25 centiliters, so 250 milliliters. Metric system is easy to use, but for some reason in the United States we just go with the metric or the U.S. standard, imperial or whatever they call that. So, oh, look at that color. So, yeah, I just did a black IPA. What was that? Oh, Founders, the all day, which was a session black IPA. This is not. This is the Space Camper series. Is a lot like the Voodoo Ranger, the Beer Hug. I'm sorry if I'm leaving other brands out that do a series based off of a single brand where they just keep branching off. So they use these like kind of characters on the bottle or the cans. They're only in cans. This one, if you're an X-Men fan, you probably know Havoc, which is Alex Summers, which is the brother of Scott Summers, who is Cyclops. We get a little closer there. Kind of what that reminds me of. Hyperwarp though probably has nothing to do. So this isn't Havoc. It's just the rings around the head and neck and stuff kind of remind me of Havoc. When I was a teenager, I used to read X-Men comics back in the the 90s. So anyway, what is this beer? According to the Boulevard website, I've got my tablet up and running. It is said that nothing escapes a black hole when beyond the event horizon, not even light. But what about the dark? Hyperwarp has arrived from singularity, defying laws of known physics to bring balance to the Space Camper Saga. An astronomical amalgamation of the dark roasted sweetness and bright tropical flavor and aroma. Light meets dark, hops meets malt in this space-time-defying black IPA. Recommended glassware says pint glass, so I don't know. This isn't a pint glass. Pint glass is your normal like bar glass. ABV is 5.9%. IBUs is 60. For color, it doesn't give anything. And it's available on draft in 12-ounce cans. I don't know when this was introduced. I'm guessing in the past year or two. They've really expanded upon the Space Camper. I've done several. As I come across this, I got this single for 99 cents at Discount Smokes and Liquor, as I've been finding different singles on sale. And I'm glad because I haven't actually seen this before. This is new to me. It's got the kind of pink and blue, kind of cotton candy looking color to the lettering. It's honestly really kind of, I don't want to say faded, it's just very mute in color. The can, it doesn't really say anything. It says India Pale Ale, 5.9%. Don't see a date, which means it was probably on the box that it came in. It's got kind of a sticker type label to it. I can see the joint. That's actually very common these days. The website does not give the hops or the malt, surprisingly. So, I don't know. I bet if you was to contact Boulevard via email or social media, there might be someone there that could give you, if you really wanted to know what the malts and the hops were. It produces a nice head, so the freshness doesn't seem to be bad. You know, cans are always better with freshness than bottles, in my opinion. Although anything can degrade in the heat, even if not exposed to light. So we're gonna let that develop a little bit. It's very, very good looking. Say, I'm kind of liking this. A black IPA seems like a bit of a conundrum because IPA is India Pale Ale. It's not pale, it's dark. So to me, this would be like a hoppy porter. Anybody else that can explain it differently in the comments, you're free to do so. If I'm getting this description wrong, but to me, that's more along the lines of what it should be. But I think when the IPA craze of the late 2000s, 2010s really took off, they just kind of went crazy and just did whatever they could, whichever direction they could go with it. So it's evening time, a little after 8, so the sun's gone down, but the light's still up. You can hear the cicadas. You might hear some birds and stuff flying around. It's in midsummer, mid-July. My favorite time of the year personally. I like the heat. You know, you've seen my video in the pool. I like to dip in the pool. I've got a Jeep. You've seen a picture of the video of me in the Jeep where I did a beer review of that. Those are kind of my favorite pastimes. Just open air, even in the sweltering heat. I love the wind blowing on me. So the head's gone down a little bit. Why don't we give this an aroma test? Obviously, I don't have direct sunlight, but it's very, very dark. Probably be like a dark brown hue inside. Sometimes you can get kind of a ruby reddish hue depending on the beer with these dark beers with the direct sunlight going through it. But typically you can't see whether they're cloudy or clear. So let's get an aroma. Roasted malts. Yeah, you definitely get a IPA type hoppiness to it, much like you do with the regular Space Camper or Voodoo Ranger. Yeah, so you can get the hoppiness of it. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't say what kind. I think more on the citrusy side of the hops, but with that dark roasted malt, it's really hard to distinguish. A bit of a coffee and chocolate taste to it. That's when dark roasted malts will get that way, which is cool. You know, strange but cool. So anyway, let's give it a sip. This is my first time trying this, so this is on air, my full genuine reaction. Yeah, you get a hint of dark chocolate. Hang on. Really thin coffee, not like a full roast. Kind of like just like black coffee you would get like at Country Kitchen or Perkins, like your local cafe, something like that, where they probably get it from Farmer's Brothers. It's like a Cane's restaurant roast, but like black, no cream or sugar. So yeah, not like an espresso roast or anything like that. So it's good. It's thinner body than I would think. At 5.9% and 60 IBUs, I would think that it would be a little bit fuller body, but I don't know. Can't really taste the hops per se, not like any sort of citrus or, let me try again. Sometimes you swish it around your mouth. Well, that's brought on more chocolate. Okay, so the hoppiness is more in the aroma than it is the flavor. It's like you do get bitterness, but sometimes you can get bitterness from dark roasted beers from the actual roasted malts. I mean, you could use the word acrid, but it's not burnt, but just like the toastiness of it. And if you're an enjoyer of dark beers, you would know what I mean. Because not all dark beers are super hoppy. You know, even Guinness is under 5% alcohol. I think a lot of the Space Campers are right at that 5.9 ABV. There might be some that are more, but that could be like a benchmark that they've kind of set for the deal. So 12-ounce cans are the only package form they got other than draft. So you're not going to get this in stovepipe cans in 19.2 or whatever those are. No pint cans. Although that'd be cool, I'd be fine with that. But I think I've seen this regular Space Camper in the stovepipe cans. That's the only way I know, or gas station cans. And I think I've seen them in pint cans, but they're not in bottles, only in cans. And I believe I've seen the regular Space Camper on draft. Ooh, carbonation came up. Nice. But this is the first time I've never even seen this. I just happened to be at the store, and sometimes they have these like coolers with ice, or sometimes there's styrofoam coolers with no ice. The one on the west side of town, you can get them for 2 for 99 cents. This one, they were all 99 cents a piece, but they were cold. So that made it a little easier to review. I did put it in the fridge just to keep it cold till after dinner. But I did want to do a review because one of these one-offs. So, is this working class? Yeah, for 99 cents a can, of course it's working class. You know, it's nice to get something with some good flavor that's not overly expensive. That means 6 of them would be $6. When are you going to get a 6-pack of craft beer for $6 this day and age? Normally you're looking at close to $10. So yeah, that definitely fits the bill. The flavor is good. I didn't know what to expect. I think there was one of the Space Campers, like the Nebulous, or I can't remember what it was, but it was past date and it was kind of chunky. So I even said if I find it with a fresh date, I would try it. I just wanted to give it a shot. So anyway, yeah, it's good. 5.9, that's along the same vein of like what a natural ice, or you know, any of the ice beers. Like, well, I don't know, they make Keystone Ice anymore, but Milwaukee's Best Ice is that way. So but those are lagers. This is an ale. You know, like I said, all the other Space Campers that I know of are 5.9. Well, they make other ones that are higher now because they're trying to compete with the Goose Island, the Beer Hug, and with the New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. Those, you're getting up into the 7 to 9 to 9.5%. Probably I know there's, yeah, at least 9.5. There may be some over that. The 9.5%, it's like some of them are good, but some of them are sweet. Like the Tropical Force or Fruit Force or something like that. Whew, man, tastes like Hawaiian Punch. Yeah, I feel like I'm drinking like the Steel Reserve Alloy series or something like that. Oh, it was so sweet. Yeah, so this isn't that sweet. So I actually do like this. I would try this again if I find a 6-pack, because I like to be able to check it. Oh wait. March 18th, 2023. So I don't know if that is the Best Buy or production date. L101922. Maybe it's produced in 2022, and so yeah, it's at least over a year old. Sorry. Well, with it being a can, yeah, 2023, March 18th. So if that's the Best Buy date, that means it's well over a year old. Production date, that's within a year old, or around a year old. So yet again, I find a good deal because it's past date. But you know what? It's still pretty good, so I can't really complain. It might have been hoppier when it was fresher. So I guess that's the one critique I can make. When I was looking at it from above, I couldn't see it, but when I tilted it, the light showed it to me. So yeah. Sorry guys, another stale beer, but honestly, production quality must have been pretty good because the quality didn't seem bad to me. I still like it. So if you guys have had the Hyper Warp of Space Camper, let me know. I've never seen it before, but I'm glad I at least got to try it. Check it off my list. And if you're a fan of Boulevard, if you're a fan of the Space Camper series, anything about this beer that you like, dislike, or know of, please feel free to put it in the comments. And I will see you guys later.